call upon Brother Talib Bismi with a piece titled Fighting Oppression. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وخاتم النبيين بالقاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected Shaykh, our beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we enter the month of Muharram, the month of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, it's not only a month, as it grabs hold of our hearts and it brings us towards this beautiful month, we remember, we reflect that it's not only a month of sorrow and grief, it's a month to reflect and a month to stand up. You'll find the holy month of Muharram and the tragedy of Talib Bismi has led many political leaders, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, a freedom fighter, for example, many political leaders around the world. Not only that, you find the month of Muharram and the tragedy of Talib Bismi occurred when? 1400 years ago, correct? But yet you'll find today, still today, this fire has not extinguished from our hearts. Not only that, you'll find the Holy Prophet Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Our Holy Prophet, our blessed Prophet said that Hussain ibn Ali is a fire within the hearts of the believers, and this fire will not extinguish. What does this mean? Meaning that Hussain is such a movement, Hussain is such an inspiration to all the entire mankind. Not only the followers of Ahlul Bayt. Not only that, you find from other schools of thought within Islam, you have a beloved Ahlul Sunnah brother. He's from the Middle East. Now he said when he was growing up, this is a story. When he was growing up, right, he heard about the tragedy of Talib Bismi. And he said to his, not through his university, not through his teaching, and you'll find he went to his teacher and he said, how come we don't teach this? He said, the tragedy of Talib Bismi is such a catastrophic event, such a tragedy that occurred, one of the greatest tragedies in Islamic history. How come we do not teach this? In the school of Ahlul Sunnah, why don't we teach this? His teacher said, we do not teach this, and we were afraid that people will be moved by Hussain, and that they will become followers of Ahlul Bayt. We were afraid, so we did not teach this. He said, God, forgive them. God, forgive them that they have done such a thing, that we hide the truth in order that some people do not change schools of thought. What nonsense he was saying. That's why you'll find, yesterday was Dua Qiyam, the first Dua Qiyam that we recite. Ya Nur al-Mustawhi Shminan bil-Qulam. Meaning what? Meaning that, oh, light upon those who are scared in the dark. And we are the Qulam. We are the scared in the dark. Who is the light? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the light. He takes us out of ignorance. We do not wish to be in a state of ignorance. We do not wish to be in a state of misguidance. We always pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes us out of misguidance, because you'll find people try to cover the story of Talib Bismi. People try to hide it. They are afraid that the movement will cause such an event, will cause such a movement that will destroy the tyrants of their time. And they did not want that. Our enemies do not want that. That's why you'll find Imam Al-Mu'minin said that there will come a time. There will come a time when the truth will be hidden, will be covered up, and the falsehood will prevail over all. And then you'll find we live in a world full of hate. We live in a world full of tyranny. In the country, for example, they don't allow you to become, for example, followers of Ahlul Bayt. They prosecute you, they put you in jail, they put you in prison. For something, for example, they put a man in jail for praying on a turba in one country. And you look in, for example, some countries, they don't allow the sisters to wear hijab. They will arrest you. We live in a time of so much hatred. That's why you find Martin Luther King Jr. said, he said, we have guided Islam, we have misguided men. I think this really relates to this world and the time that we live in. That's why you find questions arise. Why do we beat our chest in Muharram? It's really interesting point. Why do we beat our chest in Muharram? We find very few people leave the path of Ahlul Bayt. Very few people. Very few people. When you ask them, you say, my dear friend, why don't you leave the path of Ahlul Bayt? The same question always arises. The same question they will respond. We left the path of Ahlul Bayt because we did not understand why we had to commemorate Ashura every single year. Why we had to beat our chest every single year, cry for Imam Hussein every year. What is the meaning of this? Now we don't beat Imam Hussein and other poor people. We guide them. The Quran says, invite those to the path of Allah through wisdom and good manners, right? It said, when you do once or twice, 3 times, and go on with your life. Why do you keep doing this every year? You find when we beat our chest, it is not some antediluvian practice. It's not some primitive practice that has no relative connection with you and I today. That it has a purpose within our life. Now the answer to why we beat our chest is relevant to every human being in humanity. Everyone is held accountable for this action. Just like, for example, Salah. Everyone is held accountable. As the Surah Yasin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, is it not your Lord who created you? Is it not your Lord who you will return to? It's a beautiful argument. Same thing as beating a chest. It is such an important issue within Islam that the answer that we respond has to be such a strong answer that humanity has no reason not to commemorate this action, this practice. And you'll find the reason why we beat our chest. When we beat our chest, it is to rise against oppression. When we beat our chest, we remember our that and saying, why? Because we are fighting the same war today. We are fighting the same war they have today. And if we do not rise up and we do not acknowledge that hatred is built within this world, what will happen? We will remain silent. And Shaitan, the weapon of Shaitan is silence and oppression. The weapon of our enemy is silence and oppression. You'll find when we are silent, hate. And when we are silent, the tyrant. Then people like Yazid grow. People like Abu Sufyan, Muawiyah, Shimr bin Jawshan, Ibn Munjid, they grow. As the late Ayatollah Bahtan Rahmatullah alayhi said, you and I, we all have the audacity, we all have the capability of becoming a Yazid. What does it take? It takes Shaitan to whisper in our ear, and that is it. We can change overnight like that. We all have the capability of becoming a tyrant in this room. For example, if you want to, what does it take to kill someone? Shaitan whispers in your ear, you're in the kitchen. You pick up a knife, finish, that's it. It is so small, you can easily make a slip. Right? So when we talk against oppression, when we acknowledge that this world is filled with hatred and tyranny and bloodshed, it covers the world. It completely covers the world. But we are waiting on we beat our chest to remove this, to nullify this hatred. We ask the question to ourselves, who are we? What is our stance in this world? Is our stance to be walked over, to be treaded on? Is our stance to remain silent? No. Our stance is always to speak up against oppression. We are the resistance. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. And the job is not to be pushed around. And not only that, who we speak up against. When oppression is occurring on this earth, who we speak up against when our fellow Shia brothers are being attacked? When all of humanity, with anyone, any sect, any religion, any race is being attacked, we always speak up. That's why you find Imam Amir Muhammad said, whoever is being attacked, it does not matter who is being oppressed, always support the oppressed. Always support the oppressed, it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter what color, what race, what color, brown, red, yellow, purple, it doesn't matter what they fall under, what category they fall under. Always support the oppressed and go against the tyrant. Then you'll find I'll just end this quickly by a famous poem by a man who wrote this. He was captured and he was sent into the concentration camps at the time of the Nazi movement, the time of the hate movement, the time of the Holocaust. He said, a famous man, he's named by the name of Martin. He said, they first came for the socialists, and I was not a socialist. I did not speak out, I remained silent, and they were all killed. Then next, they came for the trade unionists, and I was not a trade unionist. I did not speak out, and they were all killed. Then when next they came for the Jews, and I was not a Jew. I did not speak out, and they were all killed. Then next, they came for me, and there was no one to speak for me. My dear brothers and sisters, may Allah protect you and your families. Please recite a last salawat for our beloved Holy Imam Amir Mu'mineen, Holy Prophet, Bibi Fatima Zahra, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Thank you, Brother Talib Bismi. This year, a Mahdi youth community has joined Al-Imam to assist with the preparation and the running of the 2000